Let me know if I fooled you. So yeah, I pretty much gotta admit, I kind of need one in my life today. I'm definitely talking about this 2018 Mazda Miata. People have made the video about this car time and time again. It is incredible. I'm gonna try my best not to be generic about it because who hasn't seen a Mazda Miata review? This is the original ND Miata. And of course, this is the lightest Miata that you can buy for this generation. Some ND models might be a little lighter, if you know what I mean. But yeah, this one in particular is completely stock, except for one thing, and we'll get to that in a second. Here are specs right here, in case you didn't know for whatever reason. Just kidding, you know I don't give you guys any specs. But I want to talk more about the actual feeling and methodology of driving a car like this and just living with it. First and foremost, this is not a car for obviously people with families. This is most people's second or even third car. I gotta admit, it's just a really fun toy. Really, because of its 50-50 weight distribution, that's what kills the game. It just feels razor sharp in the corners. I know every single person's gonna say the exact same thing, but this thing is just so firm and planted. It's like nailed to the ground with any turn you make. The driving experience is just so much fun and buttery smooth. You don't have a whole lot of horsepower, but we're totally over that. Continental, sticky tires, bro. Oh my God. Extreme contact, Sport 2s. Bruh, these just grip the road like no other. I guess all you have real competition-wise is the BRZ, Cayman. Do they even call it the Cayman anymore? Or is it officially like 718, something ridiculous, Spider? You know what I'm talking about. There's not much competition for cars in this segment. Low horsepower, super lightweight, razor sharp cornering cars. Unless you want to get past the, $150,000 range for your exotics, but yeah, I don't know. It just gives you some sort of, it gives you a real appreciation for sometimes less is more. I'm not even gonna lie to you. This car is just so much fun, really thrilling to drive, and it's ultra engaging. Of course, you got to get the 6-speed manual. If you got to get the automatic, do what you got to do. I'm sure it's just as fun, but not nearly as fun as the manual, of course. But I'm not gonna knock you for getting whatever you prefer. Bruh, can you believe that the ND Miata is gonna be 10 years old soon? I think they were first released in 2016 or even 2017. But regardless, this is about to be a decade old. So go on and scoop you up one. Turn it into a little project. In case you haven't noticed, and I'm gonna reflect on back what I said earlier today, this car is completely stock except for, let me know when you figured it out. Here's a hint. In a normal circumstance, I wouldn't try to sell you guys a car, but I gotta admit, I am pretty impressed with this little toy. It can't hold anything. I mean, it can kind of hold another person. But other than that, this is like super bare bones, man. No storage for anything. Luckily, it has cup holders. That's all you get, man. Jeez, but hey, this car excels at what it's built for. Excuse my old man sounds. I'm trying to get into the car for you guys. Gotta admit, pretty basic, all around good package. This one actually has blind spot monitoring and lane keep assist. That dreaded lane keep assist. Because you can't see anything at all. Like this is literally your blind spot. Right there. This one's even worse. That is your blind spot in a normal car. So, yeah, be safe. This one is actually so old, it does not have the Apple CarPlay unit in it or Android Auto. But it does have them heated seats, though, to keep you warm and toasty during the winter. Did you guys see that donut episode when they got the father of the Miata on that? Like, I was so thrilled. I learned so much. That guy has like dad jokes for days. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It was a little cringy, but he still put a smile on my face, low key. You guys didn't believe me, did you? Pretty much stock. And of course, every single video is gonna point this out. But the engine is actually technically behind the wheels. So that means it's front mid-engine. I actually got a quick story time I gotta tell you guys. The first time I drove a Honda S2000, which was a direct competitor to this car, it was blue, it was fun, and I thought everyone was kind of just overrating it the entire time. And then I drove it, and I was just, the reviews and the overratedness and the praise, they're completely right, man. That car was incredible. Here's a picture of it right here. And I remember it so vividly. It was so raw, and you had that VTEC. Of course, you know the whole story behind it. That car was actually made by Honda's engineers instead of their accounting team. And bruh, that handling was so spot on. Obviously, it had more horsepower per liter at the time. You guys know the whole Honda Ferrari story behind that. And they just went in with that car. I can see why the values are up to this day, because no one has really dethroned it. I mean, unless you want to count the AP2, but the AP1 especially, it's just a whole different kind of beast. I would actually encourage you guys, if you ever have the opportunity, test drive both cars, okay? The S2000 and the Miata, for me, it's the S2000 first. It will actually ruin cars for you, like just other cars. It's just kind of amazing how the engineers could like seemingly program fun and thrills. And the car is forgiving. That's what people forget about. I'm like, dude, how did you guys are like mad geniuses. And I don't know, it's part of me is like, I'm glad that they didn't oversaturate that area of the car market, because to this day in 2024, it's still like really special and rare. Oh man, it's something else. But anyway, oh, and if you want my advice, don't get a S2000 or a Mazda Miata as a first car. I promise you, it will ruin other cars for you, and you will be unappreciative and ungrateful. Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a little quick story. Oh, you got stock strut bars? Oh wait, they're not stock. I lied. This is not completely stock, except for the you-know-who. What? And if you don't know what the you-know-who is, go back in the video and figure it out. Ah, man, this was a blast. It's honestly a blessing to be able to drive cars like this, because not many people have them, to be honest. If you want me to be real, every single body has an SUV or an F-150. Like, there is no in-between here. There's no variety. The only time I see these is like at a car show or on a random weekend early in the morning. Anyway, gonna head back. Just want to give you guys some quick thoughts on this car. This car really feeds into your emotions, for real. Like, they should actually add that to the spec sheet, like next to horsepower, torque, and top speed, and 0-60, all that other good stuff. Like, just put a level of emotion, and this is definitely up there. That is for a fact. Don't get it twisted, of course. I'm sure you guys seen my last video. Where are the cards? Here, wherever the card thingy is. This car, it'll make you happy. It'll make you happy for a minute or on the weekends, but it will not give you pure happiness. But it has for me today. Okay, bye! Oh wait, last thing. It's actually funny. I just remembered. When I graduated college so long ago, I was actually going to buy myself either a Miata, like a Project Miata, or an S2000 as a college graduation gift to myself. Mind you, this would have only been my only car. So I'm kind of glad that I didn't. Because thinking back at it, man, for me in my life at the time when I was young and dumb, I didn't need anything like that. And I'm so glad that I didn't get one kind of off the rip because, again, this car will ruin other cars. Highly not recommended as a first car. You guys probably want to see the headspace too. Keep in mind that I'm 7'2", and uh, this is maybe, I actually got just enough space. Wow. This car is perfect for tall people. It might even be more perfect for tall people if something was pressed, like a button or a switch or something like that.